Hey, busy crafters, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're returning. I pray that you guys all had a wonderful Christmas and an even blessed Happy New Year. So today we are going into our DIY number one. We're going to do something a little bit different. We are going to do some Valentine's Day, and this is what it is. This is going to be Valentine's Day. But in this house, we don't really celebrate Valentine's Day. We celebrate our love throughout the year. If I find something in the store, then I pick it up for my husband, and he does the same thing throughout the entire year. So Valentine's Day isn't really celebrated much. But I wanted to do something that can show Valentine's Day at the same time it could be everyday decor. So this is what we're going to do. This is a little bit more vintage. I guess a little bit more French is what you can say. So I started off with this heart. And you do see the Pringles can in the beginning. Thank goodness that my 14-year-old left his Pringle cans laying around. So then I got to use them in this, project. I haven't been able to get out so far to go get some more crafting supplies. So I'm just going to go ahead and make do with what I got. So we're going to use the Pringle cans. Right now, I got that little wooden heart from my aunt. And I got a bunch of them. So what I did is I just used my antique wax from Hello Hobby, and I waxed it as well as a key that I got from Hobby Lobby. And I go ahead and I just do the antique wax on both of them. Now the heart got a little drill hole into it. I didn't have to do that because I totally went a different route. But I did take the Hello Hobby chalk paint in the color Ruby, and I gave it a coat on each side, and then I just went ahead and roughed it up. Because we're going to do something a little bit more vintage as well as worn. And to tell you the truth, this reminds me of French. So yeah, I have been taking French lessons for the last 2.5 years. And I just really love the French culture. My grandmother was French. And that is why I have been learning French. And I have gotten really into the French culture, the French language, everything. So I went ahead and got that cardstock. Now this cardstock was extremely thick, so it caused a little bit of headache, I guess you can say. But I just go ahead and I just glue it down and took my time with it, and these have turned out absolutely beautiful. And this is something that I will actually have up, not only just around Valentine's Day, but as well as year-round, because they don't have to necessarily be just for Valentine's Day. I kind of want to do something a little bit different, not your bright reds, not your pinks, not your whites, but something just a little bit more toned down, I guess you can say. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't mind Valentine's Day being all the bright, beautiful colors and everything. I actually enjoy it. But my house doesn't have those colors in it. Well, except for the red in the dining room and the kitchen. But who's going to decorate your kitchen for Valentine's Day? I'm not. So I go ahead and I just Mod Podge the whole thing down. And there's writing on both of them. Yeah, I think one's writing and one's postcards. Now, I've always been fascinated with the old postcards and everything like that too. So this project turned out, I'm very proud of it. It turned out amazing. So then after it's all glued down, I just go ahead and seal it in with Mod Podge all the way around it. And yeah, I do that for both of them. And then I go ahead, and unfortunately I didn't get it where I did it for the top. But I got that ribbon from the Dollar Tree. And I did it around the top and then down the seam. I kind of wanted to hide the seam a little bit, It's not something that you have to do. I just like a little bit more finished product or project or whatever. And so I wanted to, this is where I was figuring out where I can put the heart. So I was just going to wrap it around with twine. But I didn't like the way the heart sat. But it turned out great anyways, even with the hole in it. And so I just take the jute twine and I go around the top to kind of cover up the fact that it is a Pringles can. So this is literally Trash Treasure Project today. I don't do much of these, but I really should actually, because it was really fun and creative. So I just go ahead and glue down the heart there, and then I go ahead and do the same thing for the other can. I put the jute twine around it. I got that jute twine from Walmart. It was like $5.38. It was actually quite cheap. And this was in the middle of last year, so it's still going pretty strong. So here, I just go ahead and I take some jute twine and I wrap it around this face. And no rhyme or reason, I don't even know how many times I've did it, you know. So I just go ahead and I glue it down. And then I take that little key. Another thing is I really do like those old iron keys. I actually have them hanging up, different keys hanging up all throughout the hallway, the bedroom, and the kitchen. So I've also had a fascination with old keys. So that's how they turned out. And now I'm just going to go ahead and put these peonies. Hopefully I said that right. If it's not, I'm sorry. But yeah, they were the right color. There was a pop of color with the burgundy ones, but these are there. And then there's the end project. Can't tell that they're Pringles cans, right? So I go ahead, I didn't put on film, but I did put a little gem that looks kind of like a diamond to cover that hole up, and it kind of gave it a little bit of elegance at the same time. Vintage. I'm going to go with vintage. Yeah. So I really like the way these turned out. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to thank every single one of my subscribers. I appreciate you, all of you, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. Now on to DIY number 2. So we're going to start off with those lids for the Pringles can. Didn't want to throw them back in the landfill, or, you know, they could have been recycled. I do a lot of recycling. But I go ahead and use different paper from the same bundle. It's called Postcards. And it's a premium stack that I believe I got from Joannes. Either Joannes or Hobby Lobby, I'm not sure. So I go ahead and I stain these 2 hearts. The one heart really wasn't trying to, like, it was going way too light, so I had to do that heart a little bit more. And then those 2 little wooden crates I got from the Dollar Tree a while ago, actually. I go ahead and heat dry them with my heat gun. And then I put red, the Hello Hobby in red. It's called Ruby, actually. And I do that for one. I kind of got a little heavy-handed on it, which was fine. The antique wax is still pulling through. I only had to do the one side. And then I go ahead and with my FolkArt home decor chalk paint in Suede blue, I do the other heart. I know there's not any more blue in these projects, but like I said, this isn't necessarily, like, this is a video for Valentine's Day, but this project or these projects can actually be done or put up year round. You know, you could put them in your bedroom if it's French themed, or, you know, it doesn't even have to be French themed. But I really like the way this turned out. So I just go ahead and tone down that red with the, you know, FolkArt, no, Hello Hobby antique wax. And then I go ahead and just rough them up a little bit, and they came out perfect. So then here is where I use this. It's a postcard paper. It's a different postcard from the vases. And I go ahead and I put that on the 2 crates there. I didn't stain them. I didn't do any of that. I didn't feel the need to, because you're not going to see through. You can, if you wanted to, do the slats, cut out the slats. I chose not to. But, you know, this is just for inspiration. You guys can take it and then run with it and, you know, put your own take on it. And that will be perfectly wonderful. So then I'm just going to go ahead and measure out a little bit. So this one has handwriting on it. And yeah, it's like old handwriting and old postcards. That's what this paper is. And it's just absolutely beautiful. And it has that vintage look. And I did have to do a little bit of hot glue to hold those lids down, because gluing lids or plastic to paper, it really wasn't working. So I did have to use a little bit of hot glue. So now I just go ahead and wait till that Mod Podge is dried. And then I just, you know, with my little iron, I reactivate the Mod Podge. No wrinkles, no tears, no nothing. Comes out perfect every single time. This is my favorite way of doing this. And I don't really like messing with wet glue with paper. Catastrophic. Terrible. I wouldn't do it. I don't do it. So then I take my little finger sander and I just go ahead and go around and give it that clean look. And then I do that for both of them, of course. And then I realize, oh, I don't like the way the corners look or the edges look. So I take that burlap ribbon that I got from my aunt and I just go all the way around it, covering up the raw edges just to give it a little bit more finished look. You know, if we're going to display this in our house, we want it to look, you know, finished. We want it to look professionally done. Even though we're not professionals, we want it to look professionals. And yeah, so I just go ahead and I do that for the both of them. And then we're coming up to it. I promise. Yeah, I'm just finishing up. I should not have overlapped them because then they can't stand. So then I want this to be like stands, like shelf sitters. Unfortunately, because I overlapped the oh, you know what it is. The burlap. It won't stand anymore, so I had to put hangers on it. But then I go ahead and I hot glue, and be careful with the hot glue on the plastic, it can melt it. So I go ahead and hot glue the lid all the way around it with the jute twine just to give it a more finished look. And then I go ahead and hot glue it down to the middle of that. And there's the end product right there. Not totally end product, but this is where I'm like, oh man, it's not going to stand anymore because I overlapped it. I should not have done that. But then I just go ahead and I glue down the two hearts. And then that's when I'm like, okay, I could just go ahead and put the jute twine in there. First, I go ahead and put in the little diamonds to kind of incorporate the vases. So everything is going to be tied together. It's going to turn out amazingly beautiful. I like the way this project turned out, especially since we don't celebrate Valentine's Day. Actually, we make dinner together, and that's the day we get steak. So we love that. So then I just go ahead and hot glue down some jute twine, and then I put some of that burlap over there to hide the twine. And I do that for both of them. And then you're just going to see me measure it all out. Maybe. I might have cut it out. Who knows? I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas. I hope you guys had a great New Year, and I hope the New Year brings you many blessings and joy. And there is the end product. So tell me what you think about these. I like them. They're not something that screams Valentine's Day, but it's something that, you know, shows love. And we should be showing each other love throughout the entire year, not just on Valentine's Day. And yeah. So go ahead and follow me on all my social medias. All of the descriptions of them, or all the links to them, will be in the description box below. And then here's this one. This one turned out absolutely adorable. And I got that heart for $1.17 at Hobby Lobby on its clearance rack. It says, "Hello, baby." I guess it was for a child's room or a baby's room. But we're going to put our own twist on it. So I just go ahead and take off all the stickers. Now this thing, it is a shelf sitter, and the wonderful thing about this is that it could be a double-sided shelf sitter. Unfortunately for this video, I did not do the double-sided ones. I just did the one side because I really wanted to get a video out to you guys as soon as possible. And now that it's the new year and stuff like that, I have to focus also on my Etsy shop, as well as I want to stay committed to YouTube as well. So we're just going to do one side. I might go back and do the second side. You know, just maybe. Who knows? So I go ahead and sand it all down after I get all the stickers off. And then I wipe it down with a cloth. Or paper towel. Not a cloth. Paper towel. Then I go ahead and I Mod Podge the whole side right there. And I wait for it to dry. And then we're going to take the same postcard paper, but different. So it's the same bundle of paper, but a different paper, if that makes sense. So then, because I am studying French, I was going to put the word amour, and that is French for love. Unfortunately, it did not go across the heart, and it would not look very nice, so unfortunately I had to keep the French word out. But I will use it in an upcoming video, hopefully, maybe, who knows. So then I go ahead and wait for it to dry, and then I just use the handy dandy, you know what that is. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I just went totally blank. So then I go ahead and around the whole entire heart, I also use the burlap, you know, to tie all the projects in together. And as you can see there, one side is postcards, and I believe the other side, yeah, the other side is also handwriting. same bundle of paper, different paper. So it all just goes ahead and ties in together. So once I'm going ahead, I do not overlap it because I do want it to continue standing. I learned from the other project. So then I just go all the way down, and this one is now a shelf sitter. So for the word love, yeah. Guys, I'm tired. For the word love, I did stain them in my antique wax in Hello Hobby. And now here I am placing the word or the letters down. And I just go by, they have like this little indentation in them. I just go ahead and line those up. And it came out pretty straight. So I'm very proud of that. No ruler. That's all me. And then the top of it, of course, needed something. But first, we're going ahead and take those same little gems, those little silver gems, and we're going to put 3 of them at the bottom of the word. And there we go, picking them all out. That one was a little bit too big. So then I go ahead and hot glue that one down. And this is where I'm like, okay, the heart needs a little bit more at the top. So I go ahead and I try to do one of those finger bows. I got confused. Have to learn a little bit more on that. So I just did a shoestring bow. And then figured that's where it is. And now I'm going to glue down the gems. Now that I'm happy with the bow. And we're also going to put one more gem on top of the bow. Just to tie it all in together. And this is going to be finished very shortly. Again, thank you so much for watching my channel. Thank you for watching this video. Consider liking, sharing, subscribing, and give me that thumbs up. And always comment down below because I do get back to the comments. Also, go ahead on over and check out my Etsy shop. There's a lot of deals in there, and I am going to try to get new things in there weekly. So there's me gluing it down and giving it the finished touches. And there it is. There's the end product. So let me know what you think of this. Is this something that you would put in through your house or put in your house throughout the year? Or is it something that you would just do for Valentine's Day? I'm trying to do it where it could be in the house throughout the year because I call my husband my love. And so that can be in the room all year long. So here's the final review of everything together. Yeah. And there it goes. There's the Pringle vases, the 2 little pictures, and the heart. And so tell me what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. And thank you again so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. And I will definitely be seeing you guys on the next one. I will be doing some collaborations as well. And February 4th, I'm actually hosting. So go ahead and click that like button. I appreciate all you guys so much. Thank you so much. And may you have a blessed night. Bye.